Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your supporting for hitting like. Hi, Kak Kak. Thank you so much for your supporting. Welcome back to my live stream. So I'm talking about the Vietnamese weather, or I'm talking about, yes, I'm Vietnamese. I'm from Vietnam. I'm talking about like when is the best to travel to Vietnam. Yes, thank you, Kakak. Which city are you from, Kakak? As you know, Vietnam is pretty long country, crossing the north to south or south to north. It has to be like, about 2,000 kilometer long. So the weather for the country is very different from north, central, and south. So it really depends which region of the country are you traveling to. But in general, we can conclude, we can find out the best time for Vietnamese travel. It had to be from spring season, I have to say, across in the country. In general, I mean. So if you travel to Vietnam in January to April, that would be the best for your experience. Okay, let me tell you why. First, I will talk about northern part of Vietnam. What can you expect from January to April if you travel to northern part of Vietnam? First of all, you're gonna receive the beautiful vibe we call festive vibe, because from January to April, we want to celebrate the Vietnam biggest celebration. It is, a rich culture, um, very colorful, very beautiful festival. Hi, hi, Alan Pat. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the weather up north in January to April, it's gonna be pleasant, very, very good weather. I mean, almost no rain, yeah, not hot, not cold, not hot, not cold, and yeah, it's beautiful. Everything is just, um, you know, um, surround with the fine and positive energy. So that's gonna be the best to travel to northern part of Vietnam. Don't miss out the New Year Vietnamese Tết holiday. It's gonna be like amazing for you, even though it's crowded. even though it's busy, but it's gonna be your great experience. Vietnamese New Year. Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much. I'm so appreciate your supporting. Hello Thảo. Welcome back Thảo. Hi. Which city are you living Thảo? Are you in Vietnam or? So let uh, plan your trip to Vietnam in January to April. And this time, also lots of people travel to Vietnam too. Tôi hiện đang ở Malaysia nhưng tôi sinh ra Việt Nam. Oh, oh yes. Yes. How is this in Malaysia? What are you doing over there? Are you working? Are you studying or what are you doing over there? Alright, after the northern part, let's go to the central part of the country. Yes, central part of the country in January and April. It's also very beautiful too. Is it's gonna be like partly sunny, not the best time for the beaches, but still, when it's no storms, no rain, then you still can enjoy the beaches, right? And I recommend you to travel to Vietnam Central in spring season too. How? Oh, you studying over there? I guess you are uh, still young. Yeah, it's good. I have been to Malaysia, but long ago have been there. So yeah, April is also good before the summer approaching. It can be too busy for Da Nang in summer, but then the sun is good. But in the summer, a lot of Vietnamese travel. How about the south? What is like in spring season? Yes, I have to say it almost like uh, 8 degrees Celsius cooler than summer, so it's also good. December is coolest, like coldest time in Ho Chi Minh, in Saigon. But anyway, southern Vietnam earned the top hot tropical weather, so it never can be too cold. I mean, yeah, you never experience under like 16, 17 degrees Celsius. So it's just hot and hotter. So from like January to April, that's the perfect time. It's just before the rainy season. Rain starts at late April, early May. So January to April is the best. Okay, let's go a little bit more specific to reason by reason, northern, central, and south. Okay. So let's start with the northern part of Vietnam. So what is the best time to visit the northern part of Vietnam? When I talk about the northern part, I'm mentioning about Hanoi, Halong Bay, and Sapa. So Hanoi, Halong Bay are basically in the Red River Delta, and Sapa is up high in the mountain. So you know that the mountain weather can be a bit different with the lowland weather, like delta weather. I have to say, in Hanoi, you should travel uh, from October to April. It's like late of winter and spring season. Um, one, however, in Hanoi autumn, I mean September, October, so like September to October, it's also good. Hanoi fall season, Hanoi autumn season is also beautiful, but you might have some rainfall in the autumn. But that's beautiful. I mean, the vibe of the city, this the atmosphere, of the city is great. It's great in autumn season. So in general, just doing it from uh, let's say October to April. Okay, northern part of Vietnam, to Hanoi, Ha Long Bay, and Sapa. But if you want to enjoy the rice terrace in Sapa, for example, you have to be there during the hot season. I mean, they start planting the rice in May and they harvest the rice in September. So between May and September, you have a beautiful, rice terrace. But it starts from green to uh, golden color. And late of August, early of September, that's the best. You will see the beautiful golden colored rice terrace in Sapa. Not only Sapa, the northwest region of Vietnam also have the same season. So you can travel to Sapa or some you know other provinces in northwest of Vietnam for the rice terrace, but in the summer season, May to September. Mountain area can be super cold in the winter, so avoid mountainous area in the winter. Not in November, not in December, please. There is like snows in Sapa during this time, like Christmas time. It is snow, it's rain all day long. It's just like froggy. Eh, we have the highest mountain in Sapa, and that's the roof of Indochina. But during this time, you see nothing. You see nothing. So try to avoid the mountainous area in the winter time, my friend. Okay, let's go to the central part of Vietnam. When I mention about central part of Vietnam, the city that pop up is Hoi An, Da Nang, and Hue. So for central part of Vietnam, I recommend you to travel there from February to August, because basically this time of the year is very sunny. So yeah, we have a beautiful sunny on the beach is what we're looking for, right? Beautiful beaches in Da Nang, in Hoi An. um, We make your stay, we make your visit so special. Almost no rain in this time. It's the summer here in Vietnam, so almost no rain. Yeah, from February to August. Yeah, the only issues that you face in this time is Vietnamese group. I mean, it's summertime, so many Vietnamese travel to Da Nang. Local people travel to Da Nang, but we still have um, the tips to avoid on the crowd if you would like to make it happen. Please avoid December to September to December. This is like flooding season in central part of Vietnam, so avoid that if you don't want to, use the boat to visit Hoi An. So September to December, it is like flooding season, like storm, typhoon, typhoon season in central part of Vietnam. Now we have the southern part of Vietnam. When I mentioned about southern part of Vietnam, I mentioned about Ho Chi Minh City, Mekong Delta, and Phu Quoc Islands. Phu Quoc Iceland, Iceland. For the southern part of Vietnam, it's always warm and hot. Somebody say it's hot and hotter. So I recommend you to travel to southern Vietnam from, let's say, November to April. November to April. Of course, if you go to some islands in southern Vietnam, you can do it during the summer season to have the sunny beaches like Con Đảo, Iceland, or Phu Quoc, Iceland. You can travel during the summertime. But for the best weather, I have to recommend you to travel from, let's say, November to April. November to April. In May, it starts raining and it's become very busy for Vietnamese travel. Basically, southern Vietnam, if you are heat tolerate, I mean, if you can stand, if you can handle like 40 degrees Celsius, you can travel any time of the year, any time of the year. But the best time is has to be November to April. So last but not least, the best time to travel to Vietnam, it is January to April. January to April, a spring season, always best. The vibe of the city, any city you visit in this time. In this time is great. January to April, yeah. But because it's the best weather to travel to Vietnam in this time, so many tourists they try to make their trip on this time too. So all of the tourist destination will be packed with foreign tourists. And what you know what in that time, if you plan your trip to visit Vietnam in that time, please talk to me. I can give you some tips to avoid a crowd. Hello, Thảo, Phan Lê Thảo. And yeah, travel to Vietnam is one of the best decision because Vietnam is a very beautiful country and it's so reasonable. So you can go for a really good pho for like you know I was mentioned about pho. So the cost of travel is so reasonable here in Vietnam. A really good pho costs you 40 to 70,000 dollars. It depends where you're having, but that's so good. 1.5 to $2 for a really good breakfast, lunch, and also dinner. A coffee costs you $1. A good coffee, $1. And a stay, if you accept to stay in a dorm room, it's cost you let's say uh, five five no seven, now it's $7 to get a bed in the dorm room, you know, 6 bed dorm room. It's cost you like $7. If you travel city to city at night time, you have a sleeping bus, so you spend your accommodation on the bus, saving a lot when you do the night bus. So it's for everyone, my friend. Vietnam is now for everyone, from you know like backpacking to very luxury travel. So if you want a backpack, it's good to experience Vietnam in a month. I recommend you to spend a month here in Vietnam, a month backpacking here in Vietnam. So you can start in Hanoi and end up your trip in Ho Chi Minh within a month. So backpacking in Vietnam is such a great experience. Many people decide to move to Vietnam to live after backpacking in Vietnam because of everything. Very safe, low cost of living, You save a lot. A beautiful country, good food, friendly people. So yeah, if you're still young, if you want to backpack, go to Vietnam. If you want to retire, Vietnam is a good idea too. Nowadays, so many like retired people moving to Vietnam, and I see a number of digital nomad that they travel to Vietnam and they stay here in Vietnam. So think about that, my friend. Think about that. If you need any help, please leave a comment down below. Vietnam is like such an easy country to live in. Many people say so high, so positive things about Vietnam. I think first of all, it's come to economy. It's very reasonable here to live. Within 1,000 US dollar, you can live, a good life here in Vietnam. About 300 US dollar for a good apartment. If you really want it uh, like close to the city center or luxury, 400, and you can easily spend like 600 US dollar for food, for everything here in Vietnam. So basic um, living standard in Vietnam is about 1,000 US dollar. And I know many people, even the young people, they can live for 20 years without doing anything here in Vietnam. After like 2 months of working, of saving. So this is an idea to, to think about like moving and living in Vietnam for your good life. You can search on the internet, on the social media. Many people talk about, the cost of living in Vietnam, how safe it is, and how beautiful, beaches and nature here in Vietnam. How friendly is Vietnamese, how welcoming is Vietnamese. Yeah, if you like, have some, some hard time in your life, think of Vietnam. And many people did, and they proved that they made the best decision in their life to move to Vietnam. First, they just backpack to know the country, to understand the country, to see if it suits them. And many of them decide to move to the country, to Vietnam, after visiting. Okay, my friend, time is over. Half an hour live streaming daily has just ended. And yeah, I thank you very much for your coming, and hope to see you next time. Very soon I will do the live stream tomorrow too, so you can ask me any question about Vietnam, not only tourism but all aspect of like life in Vietnam. Thank you very much. Bye bye.